So Shawn, Big Switch Networks has been talking a lot about cloud-first networking. So you deal with a lot of customers. What does cloud-first networking, when they hear that from Big Switch, what does that mean to them?
So what it should mean and kind of resonate with them is how customers traditionally have been pushing their virtual services that they've been doing, legacy in the data center, but they're trying to do that up in the cloud. So
Right.
They're pushing these virtual appliances, they're doing all these things that are traditional, but not necessarily the best practice.
Right, you start with that lift and shift, go with what you know, and then
Right.
make the same thing happen in the cloud, only, right, not really the best way to do things in the cloud.
Right, but they forget about the reason they went to the cloud in the first place, which was the simplicity of being able to, basically instantly use all these services with a click. So what we're trying to do with the cloud-first strategy is move that same perception in the cloud and those services and functions into your own data center. So the minute you...
Okay, so by cloud first, you mean stop trying to replicate in the cloud what I've done on my data center,
Right.
look at the way the cloud is doing things, and bring their network into my data center.
Exactly.
Okay, you just made my job harder, though? Because don't I have to change a lot of things?
No, in fact not. It's very similar to what you're used to today. You can still use the same CLI and GUI, in our case a GUI, but what you're doing is you're getting this visibility and this elasticity that you didn't have before, where you can now have these services running and automated the same way you get in AWS. So the same benefit that you have in AWS, we can now do on-prem.
Right, okay, so this goes back to the podcast we did with you guys recently, where you were talking about being able to do AWS-like services on premises.
Right. And then with our multi-cloud director, we take it even a step further. And now one of the challenges with visibility and monitoring the cloud, you don't really know, most of these companies don't know what's running in the cloud. They know they have a bunch of Amazon accounts. With our multi-cloud director, we can now pull all the inventory in from the AWS side, as well as from all your virtual infrastructure on-prem. And now you have one view for everything.
Got it. So if people want to know more about Big Switch and cloud-first networking, where do they go?
BigSwitch.com. If you want to play with our solution, you go to labs.bigswitch.com as well.
Excellent. Thank you, Shawn.
Yeah, thank you.